Hola, I just got back from Mexico and I thought I'd do a video today about vacationing with wigs. For 2026, I'm just not really feeling the whole wig influencer thing. Been kind of struggling a little bit, but I thought maybe people might appreciate some honesty and some realism instead of just, oh, look at this wig, go buy it. So what I'm wearing today was my first wig I brought. I brought 5 wigs to Mexico, and I'll show you here. This is the one I'm wearing. This is Gabor Beauty Reign. I did do a Brad Mondo on the bangs. I have it up today in an updo, but on the airplane I wore it in a ponytail with this hat. I'll post a picture on there so you can see what that looks like. It worked fine. When I took it off, it was a tangled mess. And I can take it off later and show it to you, but I also brought Nina was the next one I wore. And then this one here is Belle Tress Teresa. Then I brought a human hair topper by UniWigs. And then I brought just a JB extension. And that one, I'll have to even look up the name on it. I got this one for $25. This one I got on a collab, and it retails for about, on sale you could probably get it for $300 something. And then this is Teresa, it is Icon, and this is Nina. So those are going for, I don't even know what they're going for these days. $250, something like that. So bear with me while I get this back on here. So on my trip, this is what I brought. Nothing fancy, just grab a Ziploc bag. Brought my water bottle with, in here I do put the Hair You Wear leave-in conditioner with distilled water. That goes in there. I brought a couple of wig grips. And then this was what I wore when I wasn't out in public and was just hanging around. And I have this brush I got from Amazon and a wig comb. And then I also brought like a little pocket mirror just to check everything out. And then in here, I saved this for my bobby pins and then also a little hair tie, like the really thin rubber band ones. So that's my supplies, that's all I have. Then I brought just a standard hair stand like this. I brought 2 of these and I stacked my wigs on top of each other. And I can post a picture of that as well. So that's all I did. I tried to keep it simple. I did travel with them in these satin bags. And I've got this one from Rare Gen, and then I have another one from Glam Bigger. So those work great. I put 2 wigs in each bag and then just wore the one I was wearing. So this is Kelly, by the way. I remembered the name. And this is like I don't know, some sort of blonde. On the trip too, I did bring just 2 hot tools, a hot brush, and then my, I don't know what that is, 1.25 inch Hot Tools curling iron. So what I used this on was Nina and a little bit on Teresa, and on my human hair wig or topper, that's the one that I used the curling iron on. This, I gotta say, out of all of them, my human hair one was my favorite that I brought. And it looked perfect under this little hat that I brought. And I'll be sending or posting pictures of that too. So that's that one by UniWigs. This is Airy Elegance. And this is the color 624R. So this was the winner of my favorite hair piece on the trip. Second place, I would say, was probably the ones I wore in her hats. Like Kelly was, I put into a braid and then I just wore it under the same hat that I'll show you. This was the hat, so I had it in a low braid in the back and it worked out perfectly. We took this for a day of golf cart adventures and it blew all over. Teresa, I wore twice in Mexico. Once I wore it down, it drove me crazy. The stray hairs kept getting in my face. The next time I wore it slightly back with a claw clip. I guess I brought that too. Let me go grab. I brought this claw clip too. So that worked out great with Teresa. I will say, Teresa I haven't even washed yet. So I am gonna wash Teresa today. And then Nina, I wore down, and I only wore it, no, I wore it twice. This one I wore to go release the baby sea turtles. We had to walk 2 miles in pretty thick sand to get to the sea turtles, and I had ocean water, sea spray all over. So I'm gonna wash this one. I've washed it only one time before, but I bet the water's gonna be pretty dirty on this one because this one took a beating. And then I did use a hot brush on it to kind of try to tame it down, and then I wore it one other time out. And then when I got home, I didn't feel like washing these. So we got home a week ago tomorrow, and I haven't washed any of them yet. I did wear Teresa to work one day, and then I wore Nina to work one day. So they're extra dirty. So those two I'm gonna wash. I really don't think I need to wash Kelly or Airy Elegance yet. This one I'm on the fence. I think I might wash this one as well. This one I did actually really thin a lot. This is again Gabor Beauty Reign before we left. And I know I'm rambling, but I'm gonna go wash this one and I'll show you the water. The water actually wasn't that dirty. This is for both wigs. I think some of that too is coloring from the cap. I'm also going to use some of this and just let it soak for a while. But I just put barely enough water in there to cover the ends and wash my hands out. So again, I used the Brandywine shampoo and conditioner, and then I'm letting it soak into the silicone mix. And this is the good smelling one. The other one smells like roses and it's awful. So make sure you get this one. All of this you can get on Amazon. Okay, so back to my favorite one. This one wins the prize for my favorite wig on vacation. This is the UniWigs Airy Elegance human hair topper. I was kind of afraid about the human hair because it was very humid in Mexico when we were there, but it did great. Held the curls great. I did use just my curling iron that I showed you, and that's it. I didn't even have hairspray along or anything like that. So yeah, this one wins the prize. I will show you the reality of when I take this updo out, by the way. This again is Gabor Beauty Reign. I've got like 6 bobby pins holding it in. All I did was make a ponytail and then tied it in there with the bobby pins. But I'll take it down and show you. So that's what it looks like just as the pony with all the bobby pins out. And then I'll take it down and try to comb it out. So this is my Gabor Beauty Reign after brushing it out, and it made it to Mexico and back. And this one used to have all long sides, but I did Brad Mondo the front of it. As you can see, it probably looks best as an updo, or if I do like a half up, half down. So what I've decided to for 2026 is, today's January 20th. I've made it 20 days without buying a wig, and I've made it 20 days without buying any clothes. So I'm gonna try to break my addiction to wigs and work with what I've got. So that's gonna be my new content going forward, is be happy with what you've got, make it work. If you don't like your wig, or let's say the ends are crunchy, just cut it, who cares? And then you have a brand new wig to wear. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing for content going forward. I am doing one more collab that's coming. After that, I don't know if I'm gonna do collabs anymore. I might just work with what I've got and see how that goes. So yeah, it's not exactly easy to run my fingers through this. This is the reality of a heat-friendly synthetic wig, is it's gonna tangle. Yeah, it probably looks good in pictures, looks good in video, but the reality is you can't even barely run your fingers through it. So that's life. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.